Each incredible moment in baseball started with the pitcher throwing a ball. They are the ultimate man in the arena, the creators of history. The two best at it in the world today join us. Here's my conversation with Tarik Skubal and Paul Skenes.
If you want to talk like mentally, I think that's a different conversation. You know, the mental side of pitching is a little bit different than the mental side of hitting, because if you fail 7 times out of 10 hitting, you're a Hall of Famer. If you fail like that as a pitcher, you don't ever play in the big leagues. So
Is there some kind of a marker in your head where you feel like if I can do this, that tells me I've got command of this pitch?
For me, in season, it's getting a four-seamer down to the glove side.
couldn't agree more. You know, that's how I start every single bullpen session, is fastball down and away. And if it goes there or not, but like the point of emphasis is always down and away. My tendency is to miss up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going up, but mentally I'm going down and away. But if I think just like the conviction of staying behind a baseball to your glove side down and you miss up, those are the heaters that like they always swing under.
Yeah.
You know, and when I'm going down and away, sometimes I'll miss up, you know, to a righty. And when I miss up, like the miss rate, the whiff rate is like when I'm going above the zone, sometimes I think go bottom of the zone, because I know it's just my miss is going to be up, and like that's the throw you want. But I agree. I think I'm glad you said it too. Down and away is like down and glove side. Down and glove side is how I start every single bullpen session.
You kind of play the miss a little bit, or I do. So he said his miss is up. My miss is kind of up and arm side. So like if I can get, if I'm aiming down and away and I get it there, I know I have command. If not, you know, the miss is still going to be inside, you know, in the zone or top of the zone. And the number of starts where I actually have command over pitches is pretty low, I think. It's not, you know, pitching is not so much like you versus the hitter. It's you versus you, I think, because the focus thing, your mind can wander and then you're beating yourself. And you do that over the course of, it doesn't matter where you go, is my point. Like, you do the, you know, focus and do things the right way and all that. It doesn't matter where you go, you're going to end up where you should be.
And the whole premise of like that me versus me thing is like just staying within yourself and seeing what you're capable of doing, you know. And I think that's like what you're saying. You like working out by yourself, you like pushing yourself, and I think that's like a mentally pleasing thing, you know, when you're going to work every single day and you're like, I got better today. You know, I got better today. And then tomorrow you wake up, I got better today. The next day, I got better today. And when you stack all those days together, like, that's what you see you're really capable of, you know. And I think that's kind of that me versus me thing, you know. I think it'd be easy to take an off day or take a day off. And there are days that you are very light and relax, you know, we call them spa days, but even spa days have a purpose, though. You know, it's to get your body back underneath yourself and recover. But that's a positive day, you know, I think. And if you just stack those days over, you know, 7-month seasons, and then you take them into the, you know, 4-month off season, and then you do that for 10 years, you know, or whatever it is, however long you get to play the game, 10, 15, whatever, 20 years, like, I think you're going to love where you're at, you know. And I think that like, being in this group, I've noticed that from everybody in the room is like, everyone wants to be great, and they're doing stuff every day to be great.
There is inherent failure in this job. I don't care how good you are. I don't care that you had a sub-2 ERA for the first 2 years of your career. You still have terrible starts, or at least ones that don't live up to your standard. What's something you've learned from a start that was disappointing that you've been able to carry forward and make you better?
Yeah, for me, it's always, you know, I fall behind in counts and I either walk guys or, you know, give up a nuke 3-0 or 3-1 or something like that.
I agree. I mean, if you're not consistently getting ahead of guys, I mean, these guys are so good. Inner battle with like yourself in competition is just like getting ahead, going relentlessly attacking guys. I learned through a lot of failure, you know, early in my career, where I didn't really know what was going on or what my plan was. I didn't have like a solidified routine, and I think you know, you just learn that stuff. I learned it the hard way, but the lesson's still the lesson. It still applies to everyone. You know, you get ahead, and once you understand that pitching in the zone is the way to have success and going right after guys, and not being afraid of anybody, you know, in any count, I think that's when guys are at their best. The game of baseball and pitching will never change. You know, I said it earlier, like first pitch strikes, getting to leverage, you know, getting guys out early, limit 3-ball counts, like all that stuff will never change. That is timeless. I think pitch repertoires will forever kind of get bigger and wider as long as guys are comfortable doing it, you know, because it gives you an advantage. You know, it's another pitch for a guy to try and hit in the box. So I think that's kind of where the game will go. You know, I think everyone's going to start throwing 2 versions of heaters. Everyone's going to start throwing 2 versions of spin. And, yeah, I think pitch repertoires will probably get a little bit more expansive. You know, they're going to be 5 to 6 pitch guys a lot instead of 2 to 3. Like, it's just hard to hit. You know, it's hard to hit when you got so many. You're like, okay, I got a fastball. Whoa, that one ran up in on me where I was not expecting. I thought that was going to stay out over, you know, or like, okay, this is spin, but it's the slow one, so you're way ahead even though you knew it was spin. Like, I think that's just what it makes. If you ask any hitter too, you know, when the guys have 2 versions of fastballs too, it makes it a lot harder to hit.
Paul Skenes, Tarik, Skubal, 2 best pitchers in the world. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it.